Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, no matter where you're listening from, just as long as you know you're listening to the Harley Sober Podcast, the podcast that brings you all the ratchet and informative news you need to know about. Join with me today, as always, is my panel of beautiful and expressive co-hosts, Brianna Wiggins.
Hey, guys.
Lance Lane.
What's happening, man? What's happening, man? It's all good. We're gonna let it rock.
Unfortunately, Gabrielle's not here with us today. She had something that she had to deal with. And apologies for last week's episode. I was in Texas attending a wedding, so we're unfortunately not able to record.
Niggas gotta live.
We are
man.
back in full effect this week. And I have a couple news stories for you today. I only have two. J.Cole's new album, first of all, is out and it's doing some big numbers. We try our best to find lost cousins in Tulsa, because they're about to come into a big bag. And I tried to find a story about this car that apparently Apple's making, but it asked me to subscribe to Apple News Plus, and I'm not doing that shit.
Niggas kind of cheap still. We ain't, hey.
So just to catch up, since we have been lacking a little bit lately, Brianna, how you been?
Good, just schoolwork, house life, bored as fuck in Germany, and partially vaccinated.
Partially vaccinated? You got a shot?
I got a shot. I get my next shot June 3rd.
Okay. What did you get? The Pfizer, Moderna?
I got Moderna.
Moderna? Okay.
Yeah, Moderna.
Army shit. Oh man.
You feeling okay? Are you scared about the second shot? It's supposed to push you down?
I'm very scared. The first one, I definitely didn't feel good. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it in the group chat. I kept saying it. Yeah, I heard the second one's worse, but from what I heard, just stay hydrated and lots of vitamin C before you go in, and you should be good. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Sounds good. So did you get forced? I mean, was there something that made you have to take the shot, or did you just take it on your own accord?
Yeah, I want to get the fuck out of my house, and I'm tired of the rules that Germany puts on me. So in order to do that, I got to be vaccinated.
Okay, yeah, I forgot. They got different standards.
It's kind of a force, but
everybody on this side of the pond just out here with our mask off.
Man,
Big
like
chillin'.
Future.
Wish.
Lance, how you been?
Man, I've been good, man. I can't complain at all. Got to see my peoples last weekend. That was always a good time. And staying out of the way as usual, man. I miss doing this with y'all. I'm happy we back.
Most definitely. We back, baby.
For sure.
Speaking of coming back, J.Cole back out here on these album charts doing numbers. Just now released his album. Before I pull these numbers up, I just want to go around the panel and ask what the favorite track was. Brianna, what was your favorite track? Being the in-house J.Cole fanatic.
No, I really fuck with My Life. I feel like that definitely is gonna be a hit. It's something about it, the chorus. I'm not really sure who he had on there for vocals, but yeah, that shit.
Mosey or Mozzie is
Oh, that's who it was?
Yeah, that quicksand guy.
Yeah, the newer dude. Yeah, not the nigga from Sacramento, I don't believe, but the singing nigga.
Definitely love that song a lot.
Man.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he had like one song that blew up from singing, and then J. Cole gave him the feature. See how that worked? Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the one you talking about, the other Mozzie, the
one in Sacramento
dude. Yeah. What happened to him?
He's still around. He still dropped music. He dropped up I don't know if it was like a project or a feature or whatever, not too long ago. Honestly.
Well, damn, that sucks. Now this Mozzie blowing up. That's
do what you want when you popping, man. Shit.
Yeah. Well, maybe it might be a good thing. Maybe people might be searching for Mozzie shit. I mean, even though he only got the one on J. Cole's album, and then find the other Mozzie, the one from Sacramento.
You never know.
Yeah.
Okay. Lance, favorite track?
Definitely. I was gonna say My Life, but if not My Life, I like 9-5 South. I ain't gonna lie. I think he came into it hard. And I fucked with it tough. I really thought that Killer Cam was gonna be on it, which was really gonna turn me up. But it's okay. The voice alone did the same thing, man, and he bodied the whole song. So, but My Life definitely, and the fact that I don't know what it is about this J. Cole 21 Savage connection, but he had 21 Savage right now, hot shit on his motherfucking album. So I gotta rock.
Oh, can I add one more too? Just like I forgot what it's called, like a non-closure
honorable mention, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. An honorable mention. No, but close, when he definitely was talking about having that dream with his friend. Oh, and he was like, I wish I was there. He was like, niggas was creeping up on you and shit, like that shit.
He said, now you fiending for your next dose of lean, which started as a joke. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
That shit definitely went hard too. So between My Life and Close, those are kind of like tied for me right now.
I'm gonna have to go with either 95 South, Punching the Clock. Was I listened to right before this? Applying Pressure was hard. Let Go My Hand, was that
Let
the
Go
one?
My Hand hard, yes.
No, My Life was with 21 Savage. Let Go My
Yeah.
Hand was hard.
That was hard.
But 95 South, bro.
That's
when you constructing an album, you
Luigi
brother now. Come on, bro. And then he said, what he say? He said, my niggas having Krispy Kreme dreams. Sometimes they want to kill 12. Come on, bro. Yeah. Come on, bro. The gold is back. The real is back. Come
Bill
on,
is
man.
back. Well, Bananas here. Peeled is back.
Come on, bro.
Damn, bro.
All right, so yeah, my bad. I'm over here getting hyped. Let me get into the stats.
No, we good. Shoot.
Let me get into the stats. Now I don't have anything to compare it to because I don't want to download. I don't want to down nobody, no other artists. So I don't really want to compare it to everybody else's first week numbers. But ahead of his debut in the BAL, which is the basketball league he's currently playing in, the rapper unveiled his latest body of work, The Offseason. The album already had major sales projections in the first week, but now the numbers are in, and Cole has once again broke records per HDD. The Offseason marks Cole's sixth consecutive chart topper with 288,000 units moved in its first week alone. While impressive, he fell a few thousand units short by surpassing Taylor Swift's Fearless for the biggest. I didn't read this before. I'm reading it now.
Bro, she stayed doing that shit. I don't know who's still listening to Swift, bro.
I didn't even know she had a new album, but I mean, hey,
I bet that's how they feel about J.Cole though. So I can't even be hating.
You said Fearless.
Yeah,
Fearless was an album that she dropped in like 2015.
Oh, for real?
While impressive. Okay, so yeah, let me finish reading it then, because like I said, I didn't read this before. While impressive, he fell a few thousand units short of surpassing Taylor Swift's Fearless for the biggest first week debut of the year. The 300 million streams, the projected racked up. The project racked up in its first week marks the largest streaming debut of any album this year. So
it's hardly sober people.
288,000 units moved, which I guess I think they're now starting to include downloads of the entire album. But he's had 300 million streams in the first week.
Man, that's insane.
God damn,
man. And I just seen somewhere where they said like his first 6 singles on there went on the top Billboard, and the only person that could even have a shot to do it is Drake, because he's got 5. Wayne had 5, somebody else had 5, and then J. Cole, the first person to have like his first 6 go on the top board.
I'm telling you, if he don't win a Grammy with this album, I'm fucking throwing the towel.
I mean, the crazy thing is, I hate to say it, it's still like, bro, like, I don't know. It's early in the year. Like, there's gonna be a lot more music to come out, and I'm not hating because it's a really good project. But if Kendrick come out with a project, Kendrick stands go harder than J. Cole, so it might be up.
I'm still waiting for that collab that was supposed to happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen
for years.
What did we get? What was that song? I woke up in the morning. Hey, what's up? Yeah. That shit hurt my soul, because granted he didn't credit Kendrick on the album, on the Dreamers, on the song. He credited him for the hook, obviously. Yeah. But that was Kendrick, right? But then, so when I listened to the song, I was like, "Oh shit, we got Kendrick on Revenge of the Dreamers, bruh. This shit about to go hard." And he only had the hook, so it hurt my feelings. I don't think we're getting a collab. If I'm being honest.
No, not at this point. And to be honest, the hype for it is about to die. Like, honestly, it's about to be out of there. People are not even.
I still have hope.
Who, for Kendrick? Or for
the collab? Kendrick and Cole.
For the collab. But I don't know. I just don't think. I think a better collab would be. I think the better collab would be Drake and Cole. Honestly, I hate to say it, and I know niggas are probably
up in the morning.
Yeah.
What? Can I hit it in the morning?
I just think that their chemistry would be so much easier, because I feel like Drake can flow between them, and his hooks.
Drake is too cocky now. I feel like when they did In the Morning,
he the hottest in the last decade.
But he's too cocky with it now. Like, I feel like their levels, like the way Cole is humble.
Cole? Did you hear Cole?
But Cole, I don't know. I can't really explain it. Like, I feel like, it would be a hit song, because anything Drake hops on is going to be a hit song. But I like you said, like the old projects they did when Drake was a little bit more low key than what he is now today, when they did In the Morning. Like, that shit, I still play that to this day.
But you don't think that J. Cole would, not necessarily in a negative connotation, humble Drake if they hop on the track together?
He would body him.
Because it's not just, because if you look at Drake's list of features, He usually
don't even purse your lip at me.
Well,
tread lightly, Bree.
Don't no. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Hold on now.
Tread lightly.
So he either goes for new budding artists that he knows that will make it and get put on, or well-established artists like Wayne, Ross, Future, all that stuff. So with him only having that one feature with J. Cole before, and J. Cole being the man to go plat to plat to plat, with no features every album, and this one has features. Obviously, he's changed his whole tactic up, which is still working. Obviously, you don't think if J. Cole and Drake hopped in a session together, Drake would bring his A game, not his rich. I'm eating caviar on yacht shit, but he would. He would bring some lyrical grounded shit.
Cole would body him. Let's be honest.
It's not a collab.
It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be because on KOD, what did he say? He said any track he hops on. He pretty much bodies it. He outdoes let's talk about it. I mean, with 21 Savage, yes, a lot was a good ass song, but whose verse was better?
I mean,
J. Cole made the fucking song. With Boss when he did what is it called? Something nice. What is it called? I can't remember the song, but when he did that song, Cole was the whole fucking song. To me, if Cole gets on a feature or Cole puts somebody on the feature, Cole is the song. Even with this new song that he did, My Life, like Cole was the song. Yes, it was still good that he had the features on it. It sounded good, but it doesn't matter when Cole hops on other people's songs as well. Cole still bodies like Cole makes.
I don't know. I just don't think. I think that J. Cole has that effect with a lot of rappers, but Drake, Kendrick, it's not gonna happen with them.
Have you heard it in the morning?
Matchup.
Have you heard it in the morning?
Huh?
In the morning.
Yeah.
And it was a good
song. It in the morning. It was J. Cole and Drake.
It was Drake and J. Cole.
Yes, of course.
And it was an even. It was even.
Nobody
cannot
possibly say call that. I cannot
the better verse on there.
I cannot.
I know Cole was.
I'm a Cole biased standpoint. I'm gonna be biased until the day I die. To me, I feel like Cole will body anybody on a song.
But to the point about like you said, like the Drake cockiness or whatever, I think they both have the same amount because they both at this point.
No.
At this particular point, how could you not? Like
no, Cole is humble.
You're not gonna tell a nigga that he not hot and he been the hottest nigga in 10 years. You're not gonna tell me I'm not hot.
That's
just
not
like
what
J. Cole. But J. Cole said the same thing. You're not gonna tell me. Sometimes you just gotta tell a nigga I be doing this shit and I always do it better than a nigga. That's still humble, right?
But Cole is not Cole, but Drake is mainstream. So of course he don't get the attention that Cole has. I don't care what nobody says. Cole is very underrated.
Cole, they get the
music
same
that he puts out to me is better than Drake's. Like the message behind it, he will body Drake any day in a rap battle. If you put them on a track and they both go toe to toe. No, Cole is better to me. I don't care what nobody says. They're not gonna battle though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. If you put them on a track now, the only two I will say that are toe to toe, like where it would actually be equal, is Kendrick and fucking.
And what are you
on the same level?
Sorry, go ahead. What are you looking at in terms of that? If you say Cole and Kendrick are the only one that's on the same foot, are you looking at lyrically wise, or are you looking at bops? Are you looking at
no, not even bops? Are you looking
at music structure? Because, and this is the thing, and I'm gonna let you talk because we cutting each other off because niggas is getting heated. But I fucking love it. I fucking love it. So this is the thing.
You got to relax.
Kendrick and Cole would be a great rap battle. Are they gonna battle? No. It would be a great collab. Will they collab? At this point, probably not. No. Lyrically wise, that would be a lyrical, well-structured. The hook's gonna be fire. Just throw Kendrick on the hook, do the little J. Cole singing behind a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And just go fucking hard. Get one of them hard ass beats with the loud ass 808s and like a little bit of snare. Not too much like new music.
Let them motherfucker go, huh?
Let niggas go. Yeah. Just give them like a little baseline structure. So that would be cool lyrically, but the thing you gotta realize about Drake is, and to be honest with you, as much of a fan of Drake I am, I do put J. Cole up there a little bit, maybe because of the scarcity we have of J. Cole, because we always constantly have Drake. We don't always have J. Cole projects, so I think that might be a little bit that goes into it. But Drake is an artist. I'm gonna say, can I say this about Kanye? Kanye's an artist. He's not a rapper. Yeah, so he'll never be a rapper in my head. He's an artist.
Yeah, me too.
Drake is an artist, but he's also a rapper. That nigga Drake can spit. Okay,
he can spit.
But does he write it? That's my point.
We don't know.
But does
he write it?
Come on.
But does he? No, let's talk about it.
We don't know who writes what. We don't know who writes what. We don't know who has a hand in what. We don't know.
Cole writes all his shit alone.
I mean, we assume.
Why do you think? Why do you know?
I'm not
why
saying,
do you think these projects take so long for Cole to come out with? Because he even said it. If you watch the documentary that he just put out before he dropped the album, he even said this project has been sitting for years, and I went back and forth with what songs to put on it. And I've taken songs off and I've added songs. So he has a whole vault of fucking music that I really wish that he would release. But to me, like you said, Drake is an artist and I don't take anything from Drake. I appreciate the music that he puts out. Is it good? Do I dance to it? Do I listen to it? Absolutely. I think he's talented. But if you're going to put them toe to toe, absolutely not. That's just
I'm not though. And that's the thing. I'm not.
I can't.
I'm just saying if we had a collab of Drake and J. Cole, the shit would be fire regardless.
It would. But to me,
I'm
Cole
not
would
saying
Drake.
But you can't body. Oh, so you can because Control with Kendrick and Big Sean. He bodied Big Sean.
He bodied him. But on a realer tip though, I will credit Sean for not changing his verse on that song because if I heard Kendrick verse, if I heard Kendrick verse on Control, I'm changing my fucking verse. You got me fucking. I'm throwing shots. I'm throwing shots at you too, nigga. You're not gonna throw shots at my own shit, nigga. Fuck out of here. And I'm dropping it, nigga. It's clearing. Nigga.
I don't think. And me and
fuck out of here.
Was actually watching this video last night. She had said click on it, and we was watching it, and like it was like some 20,000 view video of some guy. He was basically just underlining the lyrical subliminal battle that Drake and Kendrick were having.
Mm-hmm.
And they referenced the Control verse, and they had an interview with Drake. He was on stage with some dude, I don't know who it was, but he was interviewing Drake, and he was like, "So what do you think about the Control verse?" Because we all remember the Control verse, where he said, I don't remember who two he gave. I think he gave Pac and Biggie shout outs, and then everybody else he
dissed everybody. Yeah, J. Cole included, nigga.
Yeah, but then on stage, Drake was like, "Yeah," and he did. He gave everybody their moment. But do you remember how the verse started? Does anybody still remember the words to the verse? This Drake right here. He's like, "Do y'all remember that?" And then he was like, "I don't remember what song he said," but he was like, "What's the start of my song?" And then niggas was like, "No." I was like, "That he playing the game, bro."
You see, that's the thing is like,
but does he know how to play this fucking game? Does he know? Does he know how to be the artist of the decade, which he was awarded by who the fuck? Billboard?
For some reason, Bryant. And I'm not saying this because I'm not calling niggas haters, but for some reason, I feel like J. Cole doesn't like the fact that Drake is as popular as he is, and he does the things that he does to remain popular. I think that bothers Cole because he feels like he's better than him. He feels like he should get that credit naturally for some reason without doing the shit that Drake, but Drake puts himself in, I'm going to do the feature on the mainstream. I'm gonna do the feature on whoever shit. I'm gonna blow this bitch up and be da 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 da. I'm gonna hop on whatever, and I feel like Cole be like, nah, fuck that. So yeah, but yeah,
I don't really know. Like to me, if you ask me, like I appreciate the time and like the process that Cole goes through and like his vocabulary and the meanings and things like that. And like I said, I'm not taking away from Drake. I love Drake. I listen to his music all the time, but ever since I heard Cole from the warm up, it's something about his music. I'm pretty sure anybody can say that about any artist that they like. It's something about his music that I appreciate on a deeper level and that I connect with more than I do to Drake's music.
He's ground.
And Cole has a certain, everybody said it before, Cole has a certain type of fan base. Either you get him or you don't. And to me, I feel like Cole don't hate. Either you get what he puts out and the value that he puts into his music, or you don't. Like he's a person who's in the rap game. That's what I'm saying. He's either loved or he's hated. And to me, he's extremely undervalued. I feel like his roses, he should have got years ago for the music that he was putting out, but people don't appreciate that shit because they would rather bounce that ass in a club to Drake's music than they would actually listen to a story be put together and vibe to music the way it used to back in the old days. Like that's the music that I appreciate. But will I still bounce my ass in the club to Drake's music? You're fucking right. Like
no, and in that same breath, and I'm not gonna keep going because I could talk about this.
Too much time.
Yeah,
I was just about to say before you start.
I can talk about this.
I just started the timer. So
we good. We good.
What we gonna say is we spent 10 minutes so far, but I just started.
No, we're up over that. But but no, like my last thing is like, I get what you're saying. Music and forms of art is always a personal preference. So I don't knock it at all. I like both artists. You know what I mean? I just prefer Drake a little bit more, but it's not because he's a better lyricist or whatever. But at the same time, I don't discredit Jay because I listen to Drake's full project. Just like when I listen to a project, I listen to the full project. Niggas be sleep on Drake because he does have the club or the mainstream shit, but that nigga be spitting, saying just some realest shit is Cole. But Cole's preference is strictly that, so it's his lane. And that's the thing about Drake is he bounces. He can do that. And I think that he doesn't fit into a solid category. So like you can't be like, I personally can be like, okay, Drake and Cole, I would say Cole is better when you specify rapping alone. If we're talking about a better artist, I would give it to Drake, and it's not even close, in my opinion. So that's what I have on that. I'm sorry.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to text you after this conversation because I'm gonna cut you out.
But at the end of the day, and like I said, we don't want to spend too much time on it. But yeah, basically what Lance said. I mean, J. Cole's obviously, and I fuck with, like I said, I fuck with J. Cole. But if you listen to anything that Drake dropped that is not a radio banger, like say
Scorpion was pretty dope.
I'd say what's the one where he was behind the clouds?
That was Nothing Was the Same. Yes, that's like his best project.
If you listen to Nothing Was the Same front to back, Skip started from the bottom, obviously, because we heard it a million times.
And Hold On, We're Going Home.
And Hold On, We're Going Home.
Those were the two radio
bangers where he's spitting. Him and the Jay-Z. And this is the thing. This is how I know that he can spit. I'm not saying J. Cole can't. But actually, matter of fact, both of them were mentored by Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And I don't like Jay-Z's music personally, but he's regarded as one of the best rappers. Good. You lived in New York. I don't want to hear nothing from you, Bree. I don't like exactly. I don't like his music.
He's not in my top 5. Jay-Z's not going anywhere in my top 5.
To me, personally, 444. I know niggas that love Jay-Z say the Blueprint 2, I think, was the best album. To me, 444 was the best album that I've heard from Jay-Z. And I still didn't really like it that much. But he's regarded as one of the best rappers. He is Hove. He is the
by anybody in the fucking North.
Respect him.
But
everybody.
He's respected. Yeah, of course.
I guess it counts. I don't know. I guess.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if Jay-Z takes up the mantle to say, "Hey Drake, I like your music. I'm gonna work with you." You got the co-sign from Jay-Z. You fine. If Jay-Z says, J. Cole, bro, I love you.
Let's be honest, bro.
What's up, bro?
Drake took the thing that J. Cole didn't take from Jay-Z, and that's the business aspect of it. That nigga is gonna do anything for the bread. I'm sorry. He's gonna put himself out there too much, sign all these extra deals because and I just feel like Cole is like one of them niggas like, I got enough. Like, I'm good. Like, that shit.
But that's also the humbleness within him. He knows.
I mean, but that doesn't necessarily mean, that's just a personal preference. Like,
but to him, money isn't everything. And he even said that in a couple of his interviews at the beginning stage when he was up under Jay-Z and all that. He was like, oh, the chains, the flashiness, like that was my lifestyle. I wanted to impress them.
Yeah, but it wasn't him. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's different.
With you on, Lance. That's what I'm gonna have to disagree with you on.
Everybody's different. J. Cole, he still gets his money.
Drake has hold on. Drake has the OVO label.
Yeah.
J. Cole has the Dreamers label.
Yeah.
How many artists have you heard from Drake's label?
None.
How many artists have you heard from J. Cole's label?
You got fucking Boss, Ari Lennox,
Luke.
What's his name? The one kid who raps really well too.
JID.
Like you have so many talented people.
Bree, say Luke one time. Don't sleep on my nigga Luke.
No,
I'm just saying,
as far as the business aspect, I'm pretty sure J. Cole took a lot more of the business aspect from Jay and stayed in the back and and you can watch the Revenge of the Dreamers 2 or 3 documentary. He was like, look, I came in the studio. I had to get to the point to where I took my fucking label manager cap off because I was trying to spit and I was trying to manage everybody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like me personally, and I'm pretty sure if you look at the numbers, Drake has a lot more money than J. Cole. But J. Cole is managing his artists a lot better. He is putting his artists on a higher platform much better. He had a compound, the Dreamers 3, he had a compound where T.I. came through, Rick Ross came through, Rod Wave came through, Snooty Wild came through. You had JID, you had Luke, you had Boz, you had motherfucking all the producers in that bitch. And I don't know a lot of producer taglines, but we appreciate y'all. About it, half the song gone.
Okay, but that goes to my point, right? Everybody in their own lane, regardless of the fact. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. J. Cole got that. He got a label. He got some pretty successful artists. Drake, not as much.
Let's let's talk about how.
Hold on, Bree. Hold on. I got you. It's
Drake
still about
dropped the bag though. Drake dropped the most. No, I don't care what y'all say. Drake dropped the fucking bag with The Weeknd. Let's fucking talk about it for real. Because
he still got artists of the decade.
Did he?
He's
the one who helped discover the fucking Weeknd, and he dropped that fucking bag. That's why they do not have a relationship anymore.
Yeah, you must not have heard off the demo tape. They had to make up. Mm-hmm. They already said that. He said that. That's my nigga. Word to word.
And that guy that sound like Michael Jackson. You know that's been my nigga.
That's been my nigga. Yeah. Well, just like that. Yeah. But I'm just saying. It's just to the point. Like, yeah, I just want to finish this. So it's just to this point. Like, everybody in their own lane. Not to say J. Cole not getting money. Just say like J. Cole getting money. Like these niggas got money. But it's just like Drake is like he want to be that nigga. Like I want to stop with 500 M's in my bank account. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I'm signing all these endorsement deals. I signed the Vegas, did the fucking whatever they call that shit where I do my shit. I got 10 million to do this shit. Yeah, I signed the Vegas residency. J. Cole not doing that because that's not him. That's not like J. Cole. That's just not him. And like I said, like I feel like Drake gets hated on for being that type of person. Like fucking, I'm gonna be like the Michael Jackson of this hip hop shit. I'm gonna put my shit in. I'm gonna be on everything for years to come until I just can't do this shit no more. And I feel like Cole's like, I don't gotta do that. Like I'm good who I am. Once I'm done with it, I'm done with it. And I feel like honestly, he's like Jay in that sense. Like he might retire soon. Like I feel like this project, we might not get another J. Cole project in a long time. Like that's features great. Every now and again. Yeah, that's like exactly. and he says it multiple times. So that's why I'm like, I get it. Like there's no more that he feels like he can accomplish. So I'm never hating on it. I'm not. But it's just Drake feels like he can keep going for another, couple of years or however long he can go. And he gonna milk that shit out. That's the type of person he is, at least at this point.
And artist discrepancies aside, before you like we all said, and we keep going before we take too much time. I also wanted to ask y'all that question. Do y'all think that we get another J. Cole album after this?
Yes, one more.
I think we do get another one. I think we do.
One. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to see. Yeah, I'll just say yeah, because we can talk about this all day. Yeah, I think we do. Think?
Go ahead. Sorry.
I said I think we do. I just don't know when it'll be. He got the whole basketball shit now, but like he said, hey, when I'm done with this shit, I'm just gonna sell out Wrigley's. So he may be done doing projects, but he's still gonna be around. So that's why, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
He gonna be like a seal torn.
He gonna be like Jay-Z.
I mean, hey, because
there's gonna be my old ass right there in the front stadium at 50 years old, like Jay Cole.
I ain't never been to a concert, but I'm not on record saying it because I never recorded saying it, but I did say at one point in time, I think after what was the one before For Your Eyes Only? What was that? Born Center. Not KOD.
No, it was 2014 Forest Hill Drive. Born Center was 2013.
But I'm thinking of Born Center. So when I downloaded Born Center to my iPhone and actually paid to download the entire album, I remember telling myself, because I still to this day have never been to a concert. Don't really want to go to a concert, but I feel like if I ever do go to a concert, like Bree said, it's probably gonna be 10 years down the line when J. Cole's doing his greatest hits on the road. And to be honest with you, I'll probably go to fucking North Carolina to hear that bitch.
I heard
that far down in the game, and he goes to his home state to perform. I'm going.
The 2014 Forest Hills Drive, like when he did the 2014 Forest Hills Drive last thing. So every other show that he put on, he did a couple songs from that CD. North Carolina, Fayetteville was the only concert that he did the entire fucking album for. Like he put on the fucking show for them because that's his hometown. So I gotta agree with you but even then, when I went to the one in Brooklyn, he reps New York too. He's in between New York and North Carolina. Like he put on a fucking show. So if I have to suggest, I would either say go to New York or go to North Carolina. Choose between one of those two.
Sound a little bit cheaper hotel wise, so I'll probably just go to North Carolina.
Oh, let me tell you, my pockets was hurting in New York City.
I bet.
Nigga said a little bit.
A fucking Uber just to get to Brooklyn, and mind you, Manhattan to Brooklyn is just like a bridge. That shit was like $80, and it would have took me like 3 hours to get to the stadium because of traffic. So I had to take the fucking train, and let me tell you, the crackheads was out in the fucking subway.
New York. The only reason I'll ever go to New York is for the New Year's Eve celebration, and I might stay one night in like a neighboring town or something. I'll drive like 4 hours to get to New York, do the celebration, and then go back home.
It's really not worth it.
I heard it stank. Do it stink?
It stinks really bad. The whole city smells like
just
piss
like
and
Baton Rouge.
vomit.
I mean, New Orleans.
It smells like piss and vomit. But then, like, I won't lie, the countdown, the ball is really fucking small. It's like on the top of a tower. It's like this big. That's as much as you can see of it. People are all up on you like this, like literally the entire night.
That's
I was
what I
like
heard.
this.
And it's probably cold as shit.
It was fucking freezing.
That's what I heard. I always wanted to do that, but people say it's not even worth it for real.
But
they say you can get a hotel by it, like a hotel room that looks over.
But all of us though, like I mean, so if we all go, right, like say we have like a neighbor, like what's like a neighbor in town, like Newark or
that's Jersey. That's Jersey. You can go to Newark, you can cross the bridge, and you can go to Jersey, you can go to Staten Island. You can stay in Queens, you can stay in Brooklyn. You don't have to stay in the city, but the thing I do have to say, because we got lucky with our trip, because my grandpa's a vet, so literally I don't know what the fuck happened. It was by the grace of God. The cop let us through all the checkpoints, and we got front row seats because we weren't even supposed to be there. You have to order tickets months in advance, and the tickets come out in like June and they sell out immediately. So if we're gonna do it, we have to book the tickets like at the beginning of the year just to go to that.
Yeah.
Like you have to have a ticket to go to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ask him who better, J.Cole or Drake.
I'll text him.
Let's ask your son.
Who better, J.Cole? Ask him. For real, ask him. I want to see what he says.
Who do you like better? Do you know who Drake is? Yeah. Do you know who J.Cole is? Yeah. Who do you like better? J.Cole. And that's why you're my fucking son. I love you. Okay. Go upstairs.
Okay. And the second news story for us today. I don't know about y'all, but me personally, I'm gonna try my best to see if I have like a lost cousin or auntie in Tulsa. Why? Because, and this is the news story coming from Maria Kramer. Maria Kramer for the New York Times. I don't know why my notes say the Andy York Times. That's weird. In 1921, if you don't know about Black Wall Street, I'm going to give you a little bit of a brief history behind it, and I'm going to let you know exactly what the story is for. So in 1921, white looters destroyed a prosperous Black business district and killed up to 300 people. Today, in a lawsuit, survivors of the catastrophe and descendants of victims said the city and state needed to rectify the past. Nearly 100 years after white mobs slaughtered Black residents and destroyed a prosperous Black business district in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hardly sober people.
Right. Survivors of the massacre and descendants of the victims filed a lawsuit against the city and others on Tuesday, which would be 2 weeks ago, Tuesday, saying they must be compensated for the loss they endured. So, if you don't know, and you can go to this article, like I said, it's Maria Kramer for the New York Times, talking about Black Wall Street. Basically, there was a prosperous district of about 40 blocks of all Black business owners. At one point in time, one of the business owner's son was playing around, and a group of white people had basically tried to say that he was sexually assaulting this white woman, and they caught him and they were trying to lynch him. So a group of people from the Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma went out and with weapons, because they all had their licenses, and they basically stopped him from getting lynched. They stopped the white people from lynching this 15, 14-year-old Black guy from getting lynched because they tried to say that he was talking to one of their white women. They successfully did it. They brought him back to Black Wall Street. They were hiding him in one of the businesses. And then about a week later, that same group of white people banded up another group and came through and started bombing the district, which was called Greenwood. And Greenwood was once a booming business district in Tulsa. I basically told you all the story, comprising of 40 blocks of restaurants, hotels, theaters, owned and run by Black entrepreneurs. But in 1921, it was destroyed by a white mob engaged after a confrontation with armed Black Tulsans trying to save a man from being lynched. Now, decades later, which brings us to today, Greenwood is now only half a block. So we went from 40 blocks to half a block of Black-owned businesses. And according to lawyers for the plaintiffs who accused Tulsa officials of appropriating the massacre, decrying the horrors of the past, because to this day, they're still trying to make it a tourist attraction instead of it being a crime scene.
What the fuck?
Yeah, to this day, like since that day happened, I'd say about 10 years afterwards, which was in 21. So about 31 and on, they've been trying to make it a tourist attraction, basically saying, hey, this was once Black Wall Street, but not once giving reparations or reconciliation
to any of the
those
people involved,
those Black owners. Yeah. Now I know Bree sent me this story and she knows a little bit more about it than me about I think you said the fact that a lot of those business owners put their money into banks. Mm-hmm. So they still do have a big majority of what they made from their money plus inflation plus interest to this day in banks. So the 107-year-old woman whose name I did not copy down because I'm ass is now leading the lawsuit. But like the article said,
with her brother.
I was going to ask. Yeah.
There are she also gathered around descendants and family from Tulsa, Oklahoma that had whose ancestors. How long does it have to be before you can say ancestors? Does it have to be like hundreds of years, or can my grandma be my ancestor?
I mean, technically, as long as it's your bloodline, that's still your ancestry. So.
Okay, so I'll say that they had people who had ancestors that had businesses in Greenwood. They're all backing her in this lawsuit. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get in on it, honestly. I'm pretty sure I got at least one Falconer somewhere in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you're watching this now, which you're probably not, reach out to me, man. We can get this money together.
Lucky for you.
So, Bree, did you want to go a little bit in further than this? I know you know a little bit more than me.
Yes. So, at the moment, I don't remember the brother and sister's name, but when I get the information, I will definitely
I'll look it up while you're talking.
Put the woman and the brother's name in, but it's a sister and a brother who is 107 and 100 years old. They are currently fighting in federal court for reparations from the massacre. And by reparations, I mean, back in the day, in Tulsa, these people invested all their money into the banks, white banks at that. So when these people came in and destroyed all of Black Wall Street, they destroyed all the paper trail that they had to lead to their money. So when the people went to go in that did survive Black Wall Street, they tried to pull their money from the banks to kind of rebuild and start over, which they were unsuccessful on the behalf of the banks were asking them for the paper trail back then they called them books, the books that showed that was their money. And of course, the people were explaining to them, you guys bombed everything. It's all burnt down. We don't have books. And they were like, well, you can't get your money. So mind you, this is over 100 years old now. So that money has been still sitting in the banks collecting interest, and dutifully, it's their money, and that's what they're fighting. People. I'm a whole bottle of wine down. So yeah, they're trying to fight for their money. Mind you, as of right now, they only have trace of 3 people that are survivors of Black Wall Street, which includes the brother, the sister, and another person who is currently fighting in court, but I do not know their name as well. Everybody else is just ancestors.
Real quick, hold on. God damn it took off. Sorry. Leslie Benningfield. I lost it. Go ahead. Sorry. I had her name up, but it's on the messages, so it kind of.
She has a nickname too. She actually goes by the nickname. It's like Mama something,
Leslie Benningfield Randall was a child when the massacre occurred. According to the lawsuit, Miss Randall, who is 105 years old, says she still has flashbacks of corpses being stacked on the street as her neighborhood burned, according to the complaint. She constantly relives her terror, said Eric Miller, her lawyer. And yet the city of Tulsa has done nothing to compensate her for the damages it has inflicted on her life.
Yes. Correction to that article, though, she is 107. She's not 105 because her brother is actually 100 years old. So, but yes, they're fighting in court right now. There was actually a lawsuit that was filed back in 2020 that was, I think it was overlooked by the Supreme Court, stating that they couldn't get their money. I'm not sure. I would have to I'll link all the articles and stuff in there if you guys want to read it on your own. But they, once you go to court, you can't be tried for the same thing, or you can't go to court for the same thing over and over again. So they redid the case, they're relooking at it, and they're going in for something different. And there's other people, like Bryant said, that ancestors who are now trying to fight for that money as well. Because you got to think, this is generational wealth, money that is accumulated over 100 years. These people are going to get a fat ass payout, because back then a minimal amount of dollars was considered a lot of money for,
got $5,000 in there back then.
That was pretty much a millionaire. So imagine $5,000 accumulating over 100 years. Yeah. This is generational wealth, which for me, the only thing I can say about it is I really do hope that they win. I hope that, that they're able to get the money back that they deserve. It's a fucked up situation. It's something that's not really taught about in our history books. And this is why I say people should really learn. If you are African-American, please learn your history, because these are things that you're not really going to find in your history books, because they don't want people to know. I texted it in the group chat. They actually put a law out in all 50 states, which is actually trying to ban a lot of Black history from being taught in the school system. And there's a lot of people fighting in the education system now who are African American.
It's ugly, ain't it?
Yeah,
the
ugly,
1916
ain't
law. You talking about the 1916 law? You talking about where they want to stop teaching about slavery because it doesn't represent the country of America? I know.
Yeah, the fuck it does.
Matter of fact, we'll talk about it next week.
Correctly.
I will get that article. I'll do my research and I'll bring it up next week because I wanted to talk about it. But so basically, what she's talking about, not to cut you off, a group of senators. I don't know where. Like I said, I'll do the research. They're basically banding together to pass a law that prohibits teachers and staff from teaching about slavery in schools because they say it does not represent I don't know, basically what this fucking country is going for. They're basically saying it makes America look bad. And what I say, and I'm pretty sure that we all can agree on, is if you don't know your history, you don't know how to correct your mistakes. I'll talk about it next week because I need to be able to cite my sources.
No, I see
probability behind it, but yeah, it's a real thing. They're really trying to stop us from knowing this knowledge. And
the little they do try to tell us anyway. The little they do try to tell us,
and a lot of it's incorrect as well too. So
exactly.
And again, if you want to read more into this, and we'll follow it as the case goes. Again, like I said, it's Maria Kramer for the New York Times. You can look up Maria Kramer, New York Times, Tulsa Massacre, or just her name in the article, and it'll show you exactly what we're talking about.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
Lance, do you have any perspective on it? As far
do you think they're gonna win? Do you think we, with everything going on,
this is what I want.
All the steps we're getting forward. Do you think we'll be able to go through it?
So the only thing about it is, like, back then, I don't know what type of insurance banks provided, and I think, man,
I would assume it would still be FDIC though.
We would assume, right?
Yeah,
but there's no paper trail. But there's no paper trail to prove it. So
Yeah.
you see what I mean? So that, like, my perspective is, should they get the money that they're owed? Of course. Anybody who lost money should have got the money that they are owed. Will they? This is to the point a few weeks ago. I don't know. I hope so. I hope they can find enough I hope they can find enough documentation to put that in their favor. And, you know, obviously, I think that the lawyer on their side has a lot of fucking work to do.
Imagine though, if they do get their money back and they're able to build up. What did you
rebuild a Black Wall Street again?
Rebuild that half a block and turn it back into its original state of what it was.
It'd be dope.
That would definitely be amazing.
That'd be dope as fuck.
It's not like 40 blocks in the metropolitan area. Tulsa it's not. There's definitely businesses there. It's definitely a booming city. But could you imagine a block in the Southwest, Oklahoma Southwest, of just 40 straight blocks of Black-owned businesses, which everybody is still trying to rebuild to this day? It would do a lot for the culture, most definitely. I mean, jobs in Tulsa would boom. Cultural identity in Tulsa would boom. We'd get more Black people in the South. In the arid South. It would change the way we live to this day if they could rebuild it. But also, and this is my mindset thinking, me not really trusting people, a lot of these descendants might not have the same mindset that their ancestors had about building these businesses. Will they get reparations? Maybe, depending on the court case. But will they do the right thing with the money and try to rebuild Greenwood?
They're trying to be on Instagram rocking Jimmy Choo.
Never know, man. Hopefully so. But like I said, during, up until the conclusion of this case, we'll definitely follow it. This is definitely something I'm interested in. I'm pretty sure we're all interested in.
I'll say,
this is
I want to say this. If they do happen to go through the trial and win it, I truly hope that, because, bro, like, being realistic, they're old. Like, who knows? Like, it could be any given day for them, and whoever that money's gonna go to,
they have children too.
I feel like this trial is not going to be one of the things that's going to be quick. Like, they'll drag it out. Even if they know they're going to lose, it'll drag out big time. So I hope that whoever the money does go to, they do the right thing. You know what I mean? At least do something beneficial to them and what they believed in, because without them, they wouldn't have got the money anyway to do those things. So,
but the only thing I was going to say, though, is if they do end up rebuilding Greenwood, imagine the blueprint that'll leave on for every other city out there. Like, they redid this in Tulsa, so let's do it in Dallas. Let's do it in New York. Let's do it let's build a Black Wall Street everywhere.
Influx of Black-owned businesses constantly, every day. We got Black-owned businesses popping up, which is great. So, like you said, this would be the mecca of that. And again, hopefully, maybe because the lady's 107. Hopefully she had her kids go and try and get a business degree because there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
I mean, will they get the money? Hopefully, probably yes. With our system that we know as America, spelled with 3 Ks instead of a C, maybe not. Who knows? But maybe, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? If she say, God forbid she dies, the money goes to her descendants. Hopefully they do something righteous with the money, or even if they don't even start their own businesses, support everybody else. And you said he's 100?
He's 100.
That's still pushing it, man.
But I mean, we got 107 out of her. Maybe we can get another 7 years out of him.
Hopefully.
No, you know what I'm saying? Which would be dope.
Plenty of activists.
Which would be dope. Yeah, which would be dope. I'm not saying I wish that upon them by any means. I'm just being, you know what I'm saying? I'm realistic in that point. Like, if this does drag out, do they drag it out on purpose in hopes of one of like people passing? Like, it's America, man, and I hate to say it like that, but that is a realistic possibility, especially if there is a real chance of them getting a big sum of money. Yeah. So I don't know.
I need to find out which bank that is though, because goddamn, you going out of business to pay these people.
Right. I think I got that bank too. I think I need to sue.
I think I got an auntie out here in Tulsa.
I'm out of luck. My family, my dad's side of the family's from New York, and you already know my grandma's she's from Germany, so I ain't got no fucking hope in it.
Even if I don't, so my last name is Falconer. My mom has a different last name, which is not that common, but my stepdad, his last name is Smith. I can pull some strings in that motherfucker. You know how many fucking Smiths there are? I can go out there and pull some strings for real.
Hey, I'm your 28th cousin. You owe me a chunk of that.
What Tupac say in Poetic Justice when he went to the barbecue? He's like, cousin.
Yeah. Yeah, you might have a good chance at it.
And that's all for the news stories today. Let's go ahead and take a trip down to the Love Lab. Bree, what you got for us today?
Man, I'm kind of sad because my co-host is not here, so I'm kind of on my own today. But
she fell down the stairs. She was going back up to her apartment and she fell down the stairs. She cricked her neck a little bit, so you know what I'm saying. Now she.
No, fuck that. She slipped down the stairs and fell into about a whole bottle of some liquor. And I just trying to stop.
Not in Kuwait. Not in Kuwait.
Yeah.
Just claim,
non-alcoholic.
She fell into a bottle. Yeah, she fell into some non-alcoholic.
Don't take me serious, man. Y'all be running with some shit. So
all jokes though. Yeah, she's out there. She has something to deal with right now. Unfortunately, she could not make this episode, but now so it's all Bree. Bree,
we miss you and we love you, Gabby.
Love Lab Scientist. Shout out to Gabby.
Big facts. So today, Gabby actually came out with this outline. She ended up sending it to me right before the show. She's not feeling so well, so I'm gonna step in for her. So these are the questionnaires that she came up with this week. It has to do with kind of like a little bit with relationships. It's kind of not really designed for a specific topic, but I guess you could kind of say we're going to go through some questions and just see how everyone feels. So for the first question I have, which is kind of funny, how old is too old, or is there an age in which you should stop crushing on someone, or do you feel like you can have a crush on someone at any age or any aspect in your life?
Lance, you want to take it?
Anybody go first, and then I'll answer.
I'll go first. I just think naturally in human nature, I don't think it'll ever stop. I just think that because even when my grandmother was alive and shit like she had people that she still crushed on to the day she passed. Like I just don't think that. Like we as creatures, like we always will have a physical attraction and damn, I like that person. Like their appearance, I'm very attracted to it. So I don't think it'll ever end to the point. I'll make it pretty simple. I don't think it ever ends, no matter how old you get.
B?
What you got, Brian?
I would say
tread lightly, nigga.
I would say the same, though. Honestly, I mean, I'm only 25, so I'm not too up there in these years like some people. But I would. Come on, man.
We talking shit, but somebody got a birthday coming up, right?
Nigga, you still older than me. Me and Gabby are 27. Hey, you're 28.
Look, we talking shit. She better be 30.
30. God damn.
I would say, honestly, like you said, if your grandma and my grandma still gets, so my grandma was just recently single. She moved out to Oklahoma with my mom's sister. She stays crushing on people. So I don't think you'll ever. Yeah,
physical attraction don't ever.
You never lose that. Because I guess to break down a crush, so say you're at work, you see somebody, you're like, oh shit, they're kind of attractive. You get a little bit of, and whenever they do speak to you, you get that butterflies in your stomach. Mm-hmm. I would guess is what constitutes a crush to me. Okay. Literally how I met my wife. So Yeah, I don't think any age is going to take it away from you, because at the end of the day, you still get that dopamine hit, you still get that serotonin hit. You still thinking like, oh yeah, like you're not necessarily mentally thinking like I want to fuck them, but your body chemicals like, hey, I want to have sex with this person.
Yeah,
you know yeah. I want that to be mine. You
okay,
so
for real though.
I don't think your body chemistry ever changes to the point to where you don't feel that anymore. So I
no
don't
matter
think
what.
Ever age. Is there an age to where crushes stop affecting you as much if you get crushed? Yes, because I'm already at that age. So
facts. I feel that.
So I'm gonna have a different answer, and this is just my outlook. I separate physical attraction and crush. That's like two different categories for me. And I think it'll differ from women, and it kind of sucks that I don't have Gabby here to get her intake as well too. But for women, I feel like it's different for women than it is men. So like, y'all know when we're young girls in like middle school and high school, we're like, write names like future Mrs. Brianna, whatever. And then like pictures and shit. Like, to me, that's a crush. At 27 years old, am I doing that? Absolutely not. Like, I'm not writing your name anywhere. Like, if I find you physically attractive, that's different. But am I going to sit there and be like, future Mrs. Brianna, blase, blase? Like, I'm not writing that shit on my notebook anymore. I'm I'm fucking old. So I feel like for women, it might differ a little bit than men. I think you guys kind of associate physical attraction and crush together. Like, oh, she's cute. Like, I might fuck her later, like you said. But for me, it's like, oh, he's cute compared to like twirling my hair in class, like, oh my God, I'm totally gonna marry him. Like doing mash and shit and trying to like cross his name out so I can get him. Like you see what I'm saying? Like, what kind of house are we gonna live in when I'm 7? Like, that's what I consider a crush. So for me, no, I don't get, excuse my son in the back, but I don't get crushes anymore. I feel like, kind of like you guys said, like if I'm physically attracted to somebody, that's different compared to like me sitting there like twirling my hair like, oh my God, I'm totally gonna get with him later.
But wouldn't you, hold on, Lance, I got you. But wouldn't you, so obviously we've aged, we've matured.
Yeah.
So crushes are gonna change. Ain't nobody the age we was playing MASH playing MASH.
So, you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Wouldn't that still be considered a crush though?
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so I agree with you. Yeah. Ahead, Lance, like, no, like I agree with her point, because like having a crush, like when you're young, like it's totally different than how I would now. Because back in the day, you would do like some corny shit. Like you would be like, you'd be thinking about that person. Like,
watch me pick up all these chairs at one time.
Yeah. Watch how silent I can walk at the front of the line, like shit like that. But I'm saying, like, I feel you on that. But like as an adult, like I feel like, to Brian's point, like you do mature, but you still crush. Now you may not react the same. You're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna daydream about X and X day long because they're so fucking. But at the same time, like you might be like, damn, huh? And then just keep your day pushing, but that still doesn't change the fact that you have, you know what I'm saying? Like that's literally how I look at it.
Honestly, like think about it. When what you just said, that's physical attraction. So then if I'm doing that, I find you physically attractive. Like I think you're cute, but that doesn't mean I have a crush on you. Am I texting you nonstop? Am I blowing up your phone? Am I trying to talk to you consistently? To me, that would be like a crush. Like if I'm crushing on somebody, I want to talk to you all the time, or I want to hang out, or like as an adult, it's different. Like let's do this together, let's do that together. But it's not more so like what you guys are describing to me is a physical attraction. If you think somebody's attractive, that's not really
no. But okay, so let me preference it like this, so that way so physical attraction is always going to be a part of it. Always. I don't care what anybody says. It does play a part in your crush, who you like, whatever. Yeah. You see what I mean? But as adults, you don't always, bro. The thing about being an adult is like you matured, and it's like you like what you like. So like to your point, obviously physical attraction is that, but it's also something else, personality, things they understand. But as an adult, people are not always available to how you would want them to be available to, or you may not be available to them the way that you want to be available to them and shit like that. So I feel like to that point, you can't always have that for somebody that you're crushing over, if that makes sense. You see what I mean? Because you never know what the situation is on both parties, because there's so much going on as an adult compared to you being a kid and all these other things. So that's just me though.
Yeah, I would have to do the same. So to me, a crush is it's not just physical attraction. It's I mean, yeah, like Lance said, there's definitely that underlying part. Like you have to be physically attractive to somebody to even be thinking
To
about it
me,
in
to
that way of a
like or to
crush. Well,
whoever it
to me,
is.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never only talked to somebody and didn't think they was attractive and had a crush on them.
I would hope
You see
not.
what I'm
So,
saying? Like, come on, like,
so,
yeah,
so to
like that's
me,
the part.
honestly, I think a crush would be, again, going back to my situation now with my wife now. I met her at work and I seen her and I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? She's here, she's attractive, whatever. And then went home and I was like, damn, you know, stop thinking about her ass, you know what I'm saying? So and to me, that's a crush just in with those two terms alone. So you
Exactly.
meet them, you think about them all the time, boom, that's a crush. But then it goes further into like, you know what I'm saying? Like what do I wear to work tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? Do I look a little bit better?
Okay,
Do
okay,
I
yeah,
feel
I
more
agree with all that.
comfortable? You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, and that's what's because to me, a crush is like the essence of all those butterflies in your stomach, like personifying into what you do to a day-to-day basis. I remember when I first met her, I was like, okay, you know, she's here, she's attractive. I went to work the next day, seen her again. And then after that second day, I was like, cologne. I'm gonna wear the black belt today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna
I'm
wear
gonna
the
wash
khakis.
my
I'm gonna try and
ass.
wear my jeans.
Hey, shout out Becca,
I was selling phones. Shout out Becca. I was
and I
selling
can
phones.
confirm all this.
So I had to wear a black shirt and khakis. And I remember I got in trouble one day because I wore jeans to work because I wasn't trying to wear no fucking khakis. I was trying to, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to impress her, you know what I'm saying? So I had my forces on, my white forces on. I untucked my shirt and I had some jeans on, you know what I'm saying? I got in trouble though. So I had to go back to the khakis. But that during that day, you know, I tried to spit the game as much as I could at that point in time. It
Like you
eventually ended
there.
up working
I'm
out.
here.
Shout out Alana, you know what I'm saying? It
Yep.
eventually ended up working out. But yeah, I don't feel
Yeah.
like a crush could be so many different things depending on what you think of a crush as.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you never lose that feeling. Like I said,
Okay.
like how Lance said his grandma is, my grandma is. She talking to some dude right now. Hey, my grandma got catfish, by the way,
Bro.
because she be
I
crushing
will
so
never
hard.
forget that
Because she be crushing so hard. Like
shit. Your sister
you
told me
don't lose
about
Listen,
that.
that.
bro, my mom still to this day will say AI is like that nigga for her. Like my mom is like Allen Iverson. My mom will to this day. I could bring her on the
AI?
pod next week. I could bring her on the pod next week. We'll hype this man up for 15 minutes straight on
Okay.
me. But
Okay.
hey,
See,
Bree,
you never
before he
know.
gets back to you, I will say this: they're also different. Not like an actual like underlining like oh there's levels to it, but I do feel like there is levels to your crush or your attraction that play a part in the things that you feel, you know, that you do. Like Brian said, like he got to work the first day he's like, yeah, but then it could slowly start to change the more you be around that person, because your physical attraction is one thing, but if you have a conversation with them and they intrigue you, you know, mentally, spiritually, then you'll want to go back, and it continues to grow. And then you may eventually get burnt out because you know what you know, or you may be, you know, like you said, become somebody that you think about daily and you want to spend time with them, things of that nature. So
I can agree with that to a certain extent. I'm still gonna be stubborn and be like, that's physical attraction for me. But you know,
I mean,
Yeah, male versus female perspective. That's why
yeah,
people come and listen to Hardy
yeah.
Sober because you
yeah,
get both sides.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. So the next question I have is, do you guys feel that love is a feeling or a choice? Like, what would you describe as love? Do you guys think it would be a feeling, or is it something that like you consider and you make it a choice?
To me
Brian, you got this first.
personally, I would say so. I didn't even notice this until so I had a roommate, Spike Cosmo Mike. Um, I moved out my mom's crib. I lived with Mike for probably like a year and some change. Uh, it wasn't until he deployed that I understood me mentally, and this might be what I don't. Let me just tell the story. Okay, so I moved in with Mike, Spike Cosmo. I lived with them for maybe 9 or 10 months before he deployed. He's in the military. He was in the military. He left, and the day he left, my mind constantly went into solitude mode. Like I was like, I'm alone. I'm cool with this. I found ways to cope while I was alone. I played the game all the time. I drank occasionally. Imagine that.
Just so you know.
You feel me? And then I just got to the point to where I was cool. I would wake up, I'd go to work, I'd come back home, I'd play the game. Whether I drank that day or not, I was just cool. You know what I'm saying? I became a solitary person. Um, so then, and this is a conversation that me and my wife had a lot. Uh, me meeting her and me actually getting into a full relationship with her and her moving or us moving in together, it is still kind of a challenge for me to be able to break myself out of that solitary mindset because I was so used to it. And this was only like 8 months. And I lived with my mom before this for 22 years, 23 years. And I lived with her for like a year almost at this point. So that little 8 months like that, and that's why I feel like I know that I was meant to be a solitary person, because out of all my entire life I've been around all these people, and only when I was alone was I like, this is what I want to do. But now that I'm with her, and we're together and we have our child, love to me is me wanting to break out of that. Love to me is me wanting to be like, hey, maybe I don't want to play my game today. I want to, go ahead, take a break, go take a bath. I'll look after the kid. Even though in my head, I'm like, I just want to play the fucking game. I don't want to do none of this shit, but I'll do it for her because I love her. You know what I mean? So love to me is not necessarily a choice. It's a feeling of how I want her to feel. I want her to be happy. I want her to not to be so stressed. And it's different because we just had a baby. So there's a lot more stress involved. But it's like anything that I can try to do to get her away from that stress that she's having, because the shit is stressful, bro.
Yeah.
It is stressful.
Yeah.
And I'm only dealing with like 10% of it. She's on maternity leave, so she's dealing with it all day, every day. I never thought that I would say I'd get to escape my problems by going to work, but I do. Mm-hmm. So when I come home, I'm like, yeah, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me try to do something to help you out. But she's so independent. She's like, no, I got it. I'm like, baby, let me come on, man. Yeah. Let me change her today. Let me change her now. Let me put her in the swaddle now. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a break. And it's so hard for her because she'll go to a bath. She just the other day, she went up to go take a bath, and she was like, she was constantly texting me. She was like, is she okay? Is she good? Mm-hmm. Is she crying? Is she hungry? And I was like, she's good, baby. Take your fucking bath. Yep. So for a woman, for man to a woman perspective, love is, for me at least, me trying to get a little bit less stress off your mind, even if it's for 15 minutes while you take a bath, or 20 minutes while you take a bath. Hopefully I can, keep trying to do that for her. And I know it's love because, like I said, deep down inside, I would still just rather just be playing my game with no kid or no girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the reality I live in, is because when she went to Texas for that week and a half, I was fucking lonely. I didn't know what the fuck to do. I didn't want to play my game. You can ask Lance. Lance is in my squad. I was like, no, I don't really want to play that today. So, and I would just watch a YouTube video and be sad because they're not here. Yeah. So
he wasn't hungry or nothing.
Yeah, I really, and bro, yes, I did not eat while they were gone. I lost my appetite while they were gone, and I did not know why. But now that you just said that, I think that's really what that is. As they were gone,
100%.
My life,
100%.
I lost my schedule that I subconsciously made for myself, trying to help her out by trying to help my baby out. Oh damn!
And now they gone.
This shit, therapist Lance. Okay,
so from one mom to another, I can definitely say what you're doing is gonna mean a lot more to her than what most people think, because that 15 minutes of being able to get away, of doing an all-day job that people don't really think is hard until you're put in that position, that 15 minutes is everything. Like, to be able to take that 15 minutes, whether it's as a new time mom, I can definitely say, like, it's hard to shower. It's hard to get up and brush your hair. It's hard to do anything for yourself because you're constantly like, I need to do this for her or him, or I got to do this. Like, kind of like how you were like, let me change your diaper. She's like, nah, I got it. Like, mom mode kicks in and we want to do everything. Like, you want to be super mom. So even her having that 15 minutes to take a bath, even though she was bugging you, I'm pretty sure Becca could tell you that probably means a lot to her, to be able to sit down and kind of just relax and know that, Alana's taken care of. So I don't know. I don't want to get too emotional on the podcast, but like,
you're not gonna do that shit today. You not today.
That's super, super sweet. Like, as a mom, I can definitely say, like, being your sister, I appreciate you doing that for her, because that shit definitely means a lot, to be able to take that instead of having to take the baby with you in the bathroom and a bouncer. Like that means a lot.
She told me that she had did that before. And I think that's where, like, subconsciously that laid, because if you want to take a bath or a shower, you don't want to have to like constantly throw that little screen back and check on the baby. So, I mean,
It definitely means a lot. Okay. So Lance, what do you feel?
Can you ask the question one more time?
So do you feel?
I just want to make sure I understand it before
we got so sidetracked and like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, man, Brian had me too.
So do you feel like love is a choice, or like a feeling? Do you feel like it could be a choice, or do you really feel like
Why
this
do
is a
you
feeling?
ask these questions, bro? Because I feel like I cop out on everyone.
Well, don't, nigga. This is hardly sober. The people need
I would
answers.
tell you. I would say I would tell you. Every female listening right now is waiting for your response, sir, because they want to know what their man's thinking. So go ahead, give your full, honest answer. Do you feel like it's a choice or a feeling?
The thing oh my god,
He's such a goddamn hoe. He don't know.
No, I'm just saying because how do you ask a question like that? Because like you know how it feels when you love somebody, and you know how it feels when somebody loves you. So how could you deny that it is a feeling, right? But it is also a choice to continue to love that person and how you love that person, learning their love languages, what makes them tick, how to help them out on a mental level. Like Bree said, just that 10-15 minutes. It means more a lot of the time than anything, materialistic and things of that nature. But that's something that you have to learn to do. You have to choose to learn that. So that's why I said I don't want to feel like I'm copping out, because to love and to be loved is most definitely 1000% a feeling. You feel that. And when you cannot explain it, you know it. Like Bryant knows it, Becca knows it. Doesn't matter. You walk into a room, you look at this person, like the feeling of you knowing how that person is feeling when you see them in like 2 seconds of time. You can never deny that feeling. It's like one of those feelings like, damn, I know what that person is going through right now. Like we need to get out of here and have a conversation, or that person's super happy. I'm going to let that person do what they do. But like you said, it's also a choice to want to do that for somebody. There's selfish people out here. Some people want to be loved, but they don't give a shit about how they love somebody else. So like I said, I don't want to feel like I'm copping out, but it most definitely to me is a choice, I will say, to answer your question, because it's easy to love somebody in high sense. Because I feel like we as humans, we are creatures of love. It's easy for us to love somebody, but it's hard to continue to love somebody on that level for an extended amount of time. So that's what I got on it.
Look, I had to pour the ice into the wine glass.
Damn, Lance.
Y'all tripping,
We was
bro.
getting sophisticated.
I'm just saying it was a hard question. I want to make sure I understood that shit, man. I was like, damn, how could you?
Hey.
How do you separate them? You know what I mean? It's just hard.
Yeah, we
so
having
on
sex
that,
tonight.
so
that nigga, bro, you put me in the zone, bro.
It's hardly sober people. Jesus.
I love you, baby. This nigga Lance, come on, Lance.
So on that note, I'm not even gonna add to that because Lance closed that off. I don't need to say shit to fuck it up. So
Bro,
I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Next question. He bodied that.
Now let's give it a little twist. So when you have a partner, how do you guys feel about your partner still being in contact with their ex? Now, before you jump and answer, let me explain. This can either be in an inappropriate manner, or this could be as a complete friendship where there's absolutely no ties, no type of sexual talk, no type of anything that would jeopardize your relationship with them in the moment. How do you guys feel? Now, it could go both ways. It could either be somebody who's being sneaky and sexually talking to their ex, or it could be somebody who has absolutely no intentions, but they do have that friendship with their ex. Where do you guys stand with that?
I don't like it.
A lot of people face this issue. I want to know.
Straight like that. You got anything else?
Yeah, so I don't know. My situation is a little bit different. All of her exes have been abusive. So if she was still friends with them, granted, it is like, why? Why are you still friends with them?
That would be a
self-respect
thing. I would feel like, yeah, I feel that.
But at the same time, like, so I mean, without getting too deep into spilling everybody's beans, we had a situation to where she wanted to know, in a way, like basically know that she was good to go. This was before we was in a relationship. This is when we were still in the talking phase. She wanted to know that she was good to go and start a whole new chapter in her life. And me, I was like, go ahead and find out. Like, let me know when you get back. Let me go ahead, find out if you're ready to start. If you have all that baggage gone, you checked all that baggage on a whole different plane, the shit going to a different country. Let me know. And I gave her the ability to do that. So do I, in a relationship, do I want my significant other to still be in a relationship with their exes? No. But before we get into a relationship, do I want you to figure out if you still want to be in a relationship with those other people? Yes. Because if you don't bring it up and you still secretly or subconsciously or secretly want to be, then it's gonna hinder our relationship. So figure it out before we make this shit exclusive and actually get to the next step forward.
Yeah.
You should have all that shit figured out before. Yeah. But I'm also a talker. I communicate. I want you to figure it out before we get into a relationship. So for anybody out there that's in a relationship right now and they still have conversations with their exes, blase, I mean, ask why, first of all. Try to figure out what is still tethering them to those people. I mean, me and my situation, and again, this is before we got into the relationship. I still had loans and shit, in both of my and my ex's names. So we still had to kind of talk that out to figure out exactly what we were gonna do about it. But since we've been in a relationship, no contact with our exes at all. Well, I hope so.
You don't ever feel like once that bridge has been crossed where you're no longer with your ex, you don't feel like a relationship could ever come out of, because some people that are in relationships or married or vice versa, they build relationships with their ex where they're actually really good friends, but it's never on that type of level where their new or current spouse ever has to worry about anything happening between them, but they're just good friends. So you would never feel comfortable with your partner ever having an ex who is actually just a friend and nothing more.
No, because I mean, and I get it. When when you're in a relationship and you love somebody, if you're a good, a person, you have true love for somebody, it never really truly goes away. Mm-hmm. It might be minuscule as shit, but you have at one point in time had love for that person. But at the same point in time, me and Rebecca are, in a relationship. I want to be around her friends. She wants to be around my friends. If your ex is still your friend, every time I look at that nigga, y'all fucked.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him knowing that he had sex with you, and he's watching us kiss, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I kissed her before," or he's watching us dance. He's like, "I
okay, Ray J."
Before. You know what I'm saying? Well, fuck that. I
hit it first.
Basically, but that's basically what it is. So it's like, I mean, I have that underlying tension, and granted, will I get mad at it? Probably not. Will I act on it? Probably not. But at the end of the day, I know that there was something there before. So if they're still your friend, I mean, I guess you can still have friendships. I know for a fact you can still have friendships with your exes, but I don't need. No. Sorry, no. I try to justify it. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. I'm sorry.
No, and that's completely fine. I just want to see where
talking stage, cool. Relationship, no. After that, because that's when you agree that you're like the only
person that you fucking with like that.
Past that point, like you're with me now. And this is like me coming from like Rebecca's point. I'm with you now. I only want you for the rest of my life. I don't need anybody else that I thought I wanted for the rest of my life. That's all I can put into it. I don't, and it might be me being a little bit insecure and like not wanting to have that competition, but fuck it, I don't want it. Okay. I don't want them around knowing that they were inside you. Sorry.
That they were inside you. Mm-hmm. That's fine.
In our hindsight, I'll say no. You know what I mean? Just to get to a point. But God, that's so hard because I've had failed relationships where I wish I would have just been that person's friend. Like we were damn, like, you know how like you can love somebody like as a friend. Like love doesn't come on one level. So you could love somebody as a friend. You'd be like, damn, like I really fucked it up. Like I wish we could just be friends. But the way that it is set up, it's not going to be that way. Because like even me, like if I was in a committed relationship and somebody was in constant communication with their ex, I would definitely feel some type of way about it. It's just, you cannot shake it because like you're supposed to feel like, especially like, well, I'm just talking to so-and-so about this, that, and third. Well, you should be talking to me, like I'm the person that you confide into, but at the same time, I'm also understanding. So I never want to like put an overbearing, on somebody because everybody does need space. Now, granted, why does it have to be with an ex? That would bother me, but no, I would say no because I can't do it. I can't do it.
So for me, I think I don't know what it is about women, and I think women definitely different from men. That's why I like having your guys' opinion. But for me, and maybe this is just me solely, do I speak to any of my exes now? No, because all my exes were dickheads. I think we can go down the history of the group chat and see that. But if I ever were to have, or if I were to ever be in this situation where I had an ex who was strictly a friend, and yes, we had history, but I know deep down that that's a friendship and it would never carry on past that. I would be comfortable, or even my partner, if they had somebody who is an ex, but they have absolutely like no physical connection or anything like that anymore, but they're really good friends. I'm secure enough in my place to know, like, okay, so like that's your friend, but you're fucking me at the end of the night, so I'm not even tripping.
Yeah,
because
but
everybody's fucked somebody at some point. It's not like you're gonna be the only person.
And that's what I'm gonna say. Like, as adults, like, it's childish because, like, I agree with Brian, but as like, because we're adults, like, come on, bro, like, we're adults. Like, at some point in time, somebody did.
Was inside of your girl.
No matter how mature, like, no matter how mature we get, it's still immature because we still will think that. So, like, but to your point, if there is a respect on both parties, to where, like, you're like, I'm in that spot, but you have to get that. You have to, like, and you can't, like, explain it. You have to get that comfort from your partner, and
but
you know,
it's
a matter of respect.
For me, as me, who I am, if it ever came down to that, I would include my partner and everything. So if you want to see my texts, you can absolutely see my text.
For sure.
If I know that I'm going to lunch with him or we're going to hang out, I want you to come too, because at the end of the day, if that's my friend, I want you to get to know my friend, because he's going to know that this is my partner and you need to respect him. Like, whatever we had in the past, that shit is done and over with. Like, if I'm going to be out, my man is going to come with me. So you're going to see me with him. Like, I'm no longer with you. And I would hope that the person that I'm with would do the same. Like, oh, this is my female friend. Let me introduce you to her. And if I ask you, like, well, did y'all fuck in the past? Yeah, but it's no longer like that. Okay, cool. Because at the end of the day, I know that I have a history of bodies. So I can't expect you to have zero. Like, we're fucking 26, 27, 28. Like, it's not a thing unless, you know, you're with some nerdy ass nigga who absolutely doesn't have a body. Like, everybody has fucked somebody. So no matter who we run into, like, even if that's not your friend, say we're in the store and you're like, oh, this is Shelly. And then I'm like, well, who the fuck is that bitch? And you were like, oh, that's my ex. Like, I can't get mad because, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's childish to me. And I feel like that's where it comes with being secure in your relationship, to know, like, he has exes that we might run into or that he still might be friends with, but I know where I am and I'm solidified within our relationship to know that that bitch is not a threat to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's where.
But I do agree with you, because, like, obviously, like, you would want to have that standard for yourself. Like, I know who I am. Like, you can get confident, but like I said, like, at the same time, you're not, as that type of person, at least for me. Like, I know who I am. I've never wavered on that, but I also won't put myself out to look stupid. You see what I mean?
How?
So like we come in, we're in an era where people will say what they say. You be like, yeah, I got a friend. They're my ex. Da da da. Like, we're cool. We had to stay back.
Type of hugs. The same.
You're so fucking childish.
Okay, and I hate to say it like that, but it's just a matter of, like you said, like, no matter, and Brian said, no matter what, there's always this much that, like, because throughout life, people always, you give a part of yourself, you take a part of somebody else. You'll never be able to, no matter what, deny that. So, like, who knows if at any given moment somebody's gonna waver, and that's why I say, like, if I don't have full confidence in that from you, then I can't put myself out there to be like, that's cool. You see what I mean? Been there, done that, both sides of the spectrum. So I cannot put myself in a position to do that as an adult, especially with everything that's going on. So I do agree with you. I really wish that it could be something, because at the end of the day, bro, like, everybody just wants to, be happy and all that, but it's just not. I can't put my neck out there like, yeah, I will support that 100%. Now, could that be changed? Of course, but you got to show me. Somebody got to show me on that note, because I ain't seen it yet. So that's what I'll say.
I can agree too, because I've had the situation to where I had my new girl and my ex and her new nigga in the same room at one time. I mean, yeah, like go basically going into what Lance says, like, if I don't have that confidence to know, like, if we don't have the rapport, if we haven't been in a relationship enough to know basically that I know for a fact you will not cheat on me, which, I mean, you kind of never know, but you would like to know, you know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe then I would be able to be in a party with your ex. Maybe if he has a new girl, but at the same time, even in my mind, I'm not leaving you alone. Like, if you go to the bathroom and he goes down that same hallway, I'm be like,
no,
the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, at the end of the day, it's all rooted in the insecurity, but it's really not too, because at one point in time, y'all had sex, y'all loved each other, y'all know each other. y'all wanted to be with each other at one point in time. So who's to say? I mean, because like you said, Bree, real love never changes. Feelings never really change. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could cheat on you.
Real love. Everybody when they get in a relationship,
That's why
they
I
love
corrected
somebody.
it with feelings. That's why I corrected it with feelings. Feelings never change until they do. You know what I mean? But how do you know that they have? You know what I mean? So.
But I feel like that's where it comes into trusting your partner. I feel like a lot of times people are like you said, walk down the hallway, and he's got to go to the bathroom too, but deep down, they're both going to the fucking bathroom because they got to piss. But in your head, you're
mad because y'all both had the bathroom connection.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Y'all still on the same cycle?
Oh God! The fuck? You see what I'm saying? And then deep down, we really just had to go to the bathroom. But in your mind, you're playing it as these niggas going to the bathroom to fluff.
And that's what. Yeah.
That comes with insecurities that you have within yourself, and that also comes with trust issues that you have to work on your own. And for me, the type of person I am, that has nothing to do with me. So if you feel like that at the end of the day, at me as a person, and I'm only going to speak on me, you're going to push me away because I know what I'm doing. And if I'm showing you and I'm trying to include you and stuff like that, but you don't trust me, then what are we doing? If there's absolutely no trust, then what the fuck are we wasting time for?
So let me say this real quick, right? I trust.
I gotta go after that. Yeah,
I trust Rebecca, right?
Yeah.
I know she's just going to the bathroom. I know usually around 2 or 3 beers she needs to go piss, right?
Me.
Her ex is following behind her. Maybe he just has to go piss and he didn't know somebody was going to the bathroom.
But guess who got to pee now?
It's not that I don't trust
fucking idiot.
Her. I don't trust that nigga. What is his intention?
Oh, me.
But
exactly.
Because me and Rebecca went to a house party one time and we was dancing and some dude came up to me, one of her past flings, was like, "Hey, you know who taught her how to dance?" And I was like, "Nah." And he was like, "Me." I was like, "Okay."
Mm-hmm.
But what if about it? But he was trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to do something. He was trying to get a spark out of me. He was trying to do something. You know what I mean?
But see,
it's not that I don't trust Rebecca. It's that I don't trust the nigga that's trying to fuck her, because I know what it's like being a nigga trying to fuck. We be on a fucking hunt. We be.
But what if he's not?
Like, okay, she dropped her keys. Let me pick it up real quick.
Okay, so let's just scenario. Let's just do the 1% of men who is absolutely not trying to throw slugs or trying to be funny, but actually genuinely just your girl's friend. And you see that, and he's trying to build a friendship with you. Then would you be comfortable enough? By no means, y'all, does this have absolutely anything.
Let me go, Brian. Let me go.
It does not. I'm just asking a question that Gabby wrote.
Real quick, and I got you.
But if he was genuinely trying to be her friend and genuinely trying to be your friend, and there was no slugs or anything like that,
I know you lied.
Then would you guys feel comfortable? No slugs, no side shit, no funny shit, but they were actually genuinely friends and she included you in everything. Then how would you feel?
It goes into protection mode, not insecurity mode. It goes into protection mode. So whenever, say none of Rebecca's exes were there, right? She goes to the bathroom and a nigga walks up behind her. I'm in protection mode. I'm not in insecurity mode. I'm I need to make sure that this nigga ain't trying to get into the bathroom. He's not trying to fuck with her. I'm just trying to make sure she's safe. Yeah. So it all goes hand in hand. For me, at least, I don't know. It goes hand in hand. So, I mean, do I get to call what mode it is based off how I want to feel? Yeah. But but is it still the same thing at the end of the day? Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, but to that point, okay, so Bree, to your point, do I feel like I could be cool with one of my exes and never be sexually attracted to them again and never cross the line if they had a significant other? 1,000%. But 1,000%, because that's the type of person I am. And like I said, we get on here, we tell our stories and shit, but deep down, at the end of the day, I would never want to be in a situation that other person was in. You see what I mean? I know me. I can control me. I know how I feel. If I say something, then I mean it. If I say, hey, look, I'm good on that. We could be cool because I genuinely miss that friendship that we had. I can do that. Can I speak for that other individual in particularly? No, I may say something that may trigger that person. And now that person is oh, well, I kind of, and I'm like, whoa. So then it makes it a whole situation. So now most men, if that happened, they wouldn't say anything. They would just do it. But for me in particular, I would have to distance myself because like I said, right or wrong, depending on who you talk to, I would never want to be that person on the back end, putting that trust into somebody and them telling them, hey, it's good, we're friends, but then them breaking that with them, I could never trust that individual themselves. So could I do it? Yes. But like I said, the way that it's set up, what I've been shown through my experience, I do have a hard time with it. So that's why I say no in particular. But I personally, at most 1,000% could hands down, never cross the line, never be disrespectful. But I'm only one part of that. You know what I'm saying? That triangle, or however you want to say it. I can't control the other parties involved based off because I'm going to be me. I'm not going to switch it up. And I'm not going to, if you don't like the way that I act, then you might as well just not fuck with me because I'm going to be myself the same way in every situation that I am. So if something that I do triggers your significant other who I had something with or you, then we don't need to do it at all because I'm going to be myself. Now we have a self-respect thing. You know how I am. You can be yourself and we understand it, then cool. Because I want to be cool with somebody that I'm hanging out with. If you say you want to hang out with me, be myself, we're going to joke, we're going to laugh around, we're going to do all that shit. Just like we did when Brian and all them came up to just back down to Texas. We had a great time. We was bumping around, drinking and all that. So if they can't be in a situation like that and they have trust issues with them and they can't, then it's just not ever going to work.
Yeah,
it's a ripple effect. You're muted, sir. You're muted. Hardly sober, people. Hardly fucking sober.
And that goes into another conversation that we had too. And I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but at one point in time, I was mad at Lance because my girl was around, and that's one of my best fucking friends. And that might have derived from insecurities because we was new in the relationship. But I'm saying it's gonna happen. I mean, as males, we just have that. We have that fucking primal instinct to protect our female counterparts. You know what I mean? Like, we're just like, this is mine and it's only mine, blase, blase. So, I mean, even if we don't want it to happen, sometimes it may happen.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Just like in that moment, I understood it. But like I told you, I stand by that. I as an individual, I stand on that. That's just the type of person I am because, like I said, I would never want to be on that back end of that, especially with somebody that I truly trust, man. I'm big on bonds and, what I'm saying, if we lock something in, I'm 1000% big on that. So like I told you that night, man, don't ever do that shit again.
Yeah, I was wilding. Yeah, and he did. He was like, hey, bro.
I already know the situation. You ain't got to explain it.
He was like, Lance is cool as fuck. That nigga was like, hey, what you did? You was tweaking. I understand why you did it, but trust me, it's not going to happen. Don't ever do it again. I was like, I got you.
I respect that though, because a lot of men,
response. They
a lot of men are not like that. Yeah, like nigga, what you accusing me for?
He was so mad at me that night. Even still, I think the response, like, because I was like, bro, like I'm not finna sit here.
It was tequila, bro.
And the thing is, like, we were, so like I get it, but it was just like, man, like, bro, we're not gonna do this. Like right now, we're not gonna do this. I don't ever want to have this conversation again. Don't ever put me in a situation to be in this position right now to where I have to explain this to you. Never again, man.
And that goes to one of my past episodes. How do you know when somebody's truly your friend? It's one of those situations right there. Because like Bree just said, it could have went way down south, and then me and Lance probably would have been talking to this day.
And see what I'm saying?
However, my circle, my niggas, I didn't fought Mike plenty of times. I probably never fight him. And it's a different direction that we go in as friends, man. Me and Mike are just fighting as friends. Me and Lance, that nigga Lance tell me, he was like, hey, bro, like this is what it is. Is that okay? I'm like, oh, yeah, it makes sense. I'm sorry I was tripping, you know what I'm saying? Not even like in like I'm getting a bitch kind of way. It's just like,
no, it's just,
yeah, like you're right.
I mean?
Like
we're two grown ass men. Like, come on, man. Like, we're two grown ass men, man. Like, that's what it was.
Makes it so easy, and that's why, like, what was it, episode 2? I think we said it was like, I don't need new friends because I got the whole ecosystem right here. I got the calm down. I got the agitator, which is Mike. I got the voice of reason, which is Bree. I got Gabby, who is full femme fatale, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's all women all the time. I'm not saying you're not Bree, but that's like her angle. Like, she's like, fuck these niggas, bro. Fuck these niggas. So, I mean, I literally have the entire ecosystem here. And when like the shit I can't tell y'all, I can tell Rebecca. She calms me down. She talks to me about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need new friends, man.
No, y'all make me mad enough, and y'all are actually my friends, so I'm good.
I do. However, so let me give a quick before we move on to Lance's segment. I want to give a quick shout out to Joe. I was looking. I don't have Messenger, and it might be for a good reason. I don't know. I don't have Messenger on this phone. I just got a brand new phone. I don't have Facebook Messenger on here. That's how I talk to Joe. I was gonna get him on here while we talking about the last segment before this, but Joe, we're gonna get you on the next episode. I have a whole discussion for you, bro. And also, thanks again for just being like our number one fucking fan, bro. You always support us. You always look out for us. You always repost our shit. I love you, bro. Keep fighting that fight, man, because I know it's hard, bro. If for anybody that doesn't know, if this is your first episode, Joe has multiple disabilities. He sent it to me in a list, but I can't pronounce half those words. but he's going through it, and I want to have him on here next week, if only for a segment. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay.
Yeah,
So
we'll figure it out.
And this is a childhood friend too. This is somebody that we grew
yeah,
up
yeah,
with.
we knew him since I was in 7th grade. I met him in 7th grade.
Yeah, I met him when I was 14 years old. So, and I'm almost 27.
Before I moved back to East St. Louis. Yeah. When I was
Hey,
Texas, I met Joe.
I'll say I got a chance to meet Joe. I would really, really look forward to that conversation, man. I met Joe.
Very genuine, very sweet.
Very genuine.
What I want to do is I want to see if we can get him on here and we can get a couple links to help support, like donation links to help support, like you know what I'm saying, a lot of shit that he's going through. Because do you know who do you drive for, Lance? You drive for Meta?
Hey, we're gonna keep that on the low. Just so y'all know, I work
in
a medical.
Free? Okay, so is it free for people though?
It is not. No, it's through health insurance. So.
And so that's why I want to help donate. Basically, I'm not gonna say the company that you drive for. I just want to, because I'm thinking, I'm like, if people have to pay for this shit sucks, man. America sucks.
The only thing I'm thinking about is when Lance got to that car accident, he was like, "Ma'am."
I wasn't there I was not there in the video chat either, bro. Gabby told me about it after it happened.
She was, I'm not gonna do this. Hey, ma'am, you know who you were, and if you come across this, you tried me, and I spared you that day. Just know that. You hit my shit.
Call y'all back.
Yeah, you hit my shit. Insurance on the line right now.
Yo, when I tell you I was dying laughing, she was like, "Oh my God, why would you park like that?" Lance was like, "Man, like go back to the calm situation." Lance was like, ma'am, are you serious right now? Ma'am.
And then what I say, hey, I gotta hang up real quick because it might be a situation.
Coolest dude in the podcast industry, man. I'm telling you right now.
We're
at an hour 20.
Come on, bro. I'm in here with a robe on. Stop playing with me, man. Stop fucking playing with me, man. No, just playing.
So, Mr. Roadman, can we hear about what's going on in the streets, sir?
Man, look, I'm keep bringing this topic up, and I hope y'all don't. But, bro, this UFO shit. So, there's a lot of articles, especially with the documents that they released. First of all, the shit that they released is worse than the shit that we got on YouTube, which is kind of blowing my mind because I can go on YouTube and find some better footage, not in black and white. But I do want to get y'all opinion on. So I credited the NBC News because I really couldn't find a valid source on any of their topics. But so they just dug up the shit about the UFOs, and then Obama spoke out and basically said, hey, anybody that's in office, they understand that these are real, but they don't truly understand what they are, species, whatever the case may be. But my question to y'all is, so the UFO shit that's been going on, for some reason, space has been a huge topic. And this is to Brian's point that we had on one of the, I don't know what episode it was. Do you think that it's becoming too polluted with everybody saying that it's real, but nobody knows what it is? Do you think they're throwing it in our face to make us scared or to get behind the movement of the Space Force in general, or what?
I would say, me personally, I don't personally think it's propaganda, because if it was propaganda, it would probably be back behind something that. So let's say like we had like a deep space missile. Somebody's trying to shoot some shit into space. They would say, hey, UFOs are real, to try and get us to back the vote for that deep space missile.
Yeah.
I don't think we have anything like that. So I think it might really just be coming from confessionals like, hey, our NDA's up, our non-disclosure agreement is up. We can now talk about this. Hey, I seen that shit.
Yeah.
I seen, and I'm an Air Force pilot. I was flying. I seen some shit that moved way faster than us, went back and behind us, and that shit was scary. So yeah. I don't necessarily think it's propaganda. I think it's more or less like the NDA's up.
Yeah,
because most of the people that was talking about it are retired, and they're like, well, it's real.
Yeah, exactly. So, and before Bree chimes in, it was basically and this is why I'm always fucked up about the world. The U.S. says, we're going to release some footage about some UFOs, and it's like I said, the shittiest version of any UFO footage you've ever seen. If you've been on YouTube and seen bro, the shit's clear as day. People be like, damn, some trash ass infrared. We paying millions of anyway. So, but the thing was, like, they do that, and then you got Mexico's Air Force saying, we got some UFOs, and some other country, they got shit in the air, then dropping deep into the ocean, and it's just like, okay, it makes me personally feel like that is the case, because y'all could have been did this shit. Y'all have your own government. Like y'all could have been like, hey, this shit is real, but they waited for the US, so it all feels tactical in a way. Bree, what you think, man?
For me, I've always personally believed like that shit was real. I'm somebody
Me too. Personally.
Who I'm super nerdy, so I like documentaries. I've watched plenty of UFO documentaries. Mermaid.
That dude with the crazy ass hair.
Yeah, like
aliens are real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people would be stupid to believe that we're the only life source out in an entire, galaxy system that, where they've actually proven and shown pictures. There might not have been any life sources, but like planets that have water and that can sustain life. I think we would be idiots to believe that we're not the only type of life force out there. So yeah, for me, I definitely believe it. I think that the government, they're just very sneaky. And then on top of that, like you got to think Area 51, like, come on, people are not dumb. Like, why do you have an entire base lockdown that people can't even access, can't even come close to, if you don't want us to think that there's some type of life force or there's something that you're hiding? I don't know. I don't really know what to think of it. I hope that, I don't know if y'all seen the videos. I've been watching a lot of videos lately where like people have taken videos and then like behind them, I don't know if y'all seen them, but like it'll be weird because it'll literally like cut out and then like something will just walk out of nowhere. Like it'll be people that'll walk out of nowhere and you're like, how the fuck is that possible? Like somebody will be standing there and then right behind them, it'll be nothing, but then somebody just walks out of nowhere and it's like, where did you come from?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
So I feel like we'd be really stupid to think that we're not the only intelligent life source that is out there.
100% agree. Like,
in another
at the end of the day, go ahead.
No. So I was gonna say like, okay, so like, does that scare you or does that make you more curious to know? Like, because I believe that 100%. Like, there's no way. Like, we got this whole thing out here. We know absolutely like 0.001% about.
No, I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm excited. I would love to know like what other life sources out there, or maybe that we've actually interacted or we've learned from another life source and we don't even know it.
Don't exactly.
But the fact that you're trying to hide it from us, just like people might think I'm crazy. Like I believe in mermaids. Like I don't know if y'all have seen the documentaries on mermaids.
But I believe in scary mermaids. I don't believe in like
they're not Ariel at all.
Mermaids.
Exactly.
But Haitians, and I don't know if we have any Haitian viewers or any type of tropical islands. I was watching a video. A girl was telling me that they're not the life source that you think they are. They're actually very manipulative. So where do you think that people got the idea of sirens? You know what I'm saying? Like Greek mythology, where they entrap men. And she was telling people in the video, she was like, in Jamaica and in the Virgin Islands and like the islands like that, they actually enslave people and they make you do whatever that they want you to do on land because they can't be seen on land. And then you have to come home and you have to answer them. If you don't, you become a slave down into their world. But she was like, people probably ask me too, like, how do you breathe underwater? Like, I don't put anything past what people can make other people do or other life sources can make of us, because that's just who I am. I believe in witchcraft and all that other stuff too, because I really do think I really do think that there's dark life sources out there, and I think that
it's based off energy.
We're not intelligent human beings. Like I feel like because as humans we can only use 10% of our minds. There's other life sources out there that are way fucking smarter than us.
Hey, let's speak percentages. Hold on. So we can only use 10% of our minds. We've only discovered the water covers 75% of the earth. We only discovered 10% of that. We've only discovered 1% of what is in the galaxy.
Not even.
It's 1% now.
Okay, I mean we can get it 1%.
And that was a month ago. NASA literally said, "Hey, 1% of the stars is what they said is what we discovered." So you think, like Bree said, we're the only living, breathing, conscious, sentient beings on this entire galaxy? Nigga, fuck you.
So can I add to
you
that
think
really
there
quick?
are not mermaids? Nigga, fuck you.
Bruh. Or was it? Or there wasn't? There may not be. Or there wasn't mermaids? You're out of your fucking mind.
I still believe that there are, but can
I believe
really
too.
Quick?
I believe the percentage is low.
I don't believe that we've discovered 10% of the ocean or 1% of outer space. I believe that we've actually discovered a lot more of the ocean, but the government doesn't want us to know what's actually down there.
Scared.
I think there's underground civilizations and all that shit.
I do too. I honestly, and if that makes me look crazy, then oh well, I'll take the rap for that. But I honestly believe that there's stuff down in the ocean. Like there's a documentary that I absolutely like. I love rewatching over and over again. It's called Mermaid Tales Untold, and it was two scientists, two biologists that actually got locked up for doing this documentary because they weren't supposed to spill the secrets of what they found.
Whistleblowers.
There was a life source or a oceanic source that washed up on shore in Washington where there was a naval base, and two kids found that life source, which looked like a mermaid, but not the mermaid that, you know, the white man has.
Not Ariel. The Harry Potter ones. Harry Potter ones.
It washed up on land, and it actually scared these kids, and they took a video with their phone, and the government and the Navy worked together to take it because it was still alive. And supposedly somebody that was in the naval base at Washington snuck a video of this life source, and it went on the internet. Plug it because it's really cool to see, and I actually believe it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would they block us from that? Like, I don't.
And they don't want us to know what's actually down there because
mass hysteria.
It would cause hysteria, but you have people out there that are actually interested, and I feel like it would be beneficial if you share the details with us, because you're going to have non-believers and you're going to have believers. But it would help you with people like me who love biology, who love science, who want to get into that field, who can help you maybe like discover new shit, or who want to be the researchers who go down there and look for shit like that, because I would love to do shit like that. Like I'm nerdy like that. I would want to go down to the ocean floor and
that's why I bring that shit up.
Mermaids.
All this shit, like just you know what I mean? Just like, and that's why I say, like, are they slowly opening us up, or is it a move to fund more money? Which I would just like, that just blows my mind, because we're built off that. I hate that I have to think that way, but that's how shit works.
I think the United States government only released the information because if you do your research, other countries have actually shown proof and released information, and Americans were starting to pick up on it. And because they didn't want people to feel stupid, and the other countries actually had proof of it and be like, oh, this is not true. They were like, okay, yeah, guys, UFOs exist. We're not the only intelligent life force, but, you know, other countries have discovered it before us. But like we said in the last episode with the whole race to the moon shit, America always wants to be on top and feel like they're superior in their research, but we're not the first country to discover it. Like the other countries have been putting this information out for years, but no one believed them because America's always right. And if America says it doesn't exist, then it doesn't exist. But now that America says it exists, everybody's on the wave. But I don't know. I grew up, and my family, the way they are, they've always led me to believe you don't mess with witchcraft. You know, there's other life sources out there. Like, we're very superstitious. I'll put it like that. That's the only way that I can put it. It's superstition.
So what I want everybody to do listening right now is, if you believe in aliens, go ahead, let us know down in the comments. If you believe in mermaids, I do. Let me know down in the comments. I believe.
I gotta know that. I gotta see where they hate it.
Let me know where you believe in Sasquatch, like American folk.
Right.
No cap. I probably do too. So
the Loch Ness monster.
Exactly what you believe in.
All that.
And we could debate too. And I'll go down in the comments. Matter of fact, this is my mission this week. Let me know what you believe in. And if I disagree with it, I will go down in the comments and debate with you 100%.
Me too.
I'm good.
I'm active in the comments.
I'm about
Let's do it. Because I got the science and the proof.
Hey, look, because I
do my research.
I know we getting up there. So my last topic, because this is the big one to me. We was talking about all that J.Cole shit, but the first rapper to do everything on the motherfucking planet,
Big Soul,
Big Draco, Big Soul just confirmed it on his Twitter as of yesterday. Bow Wow, Soulja Boy versus is coming. It's official.
Okay. Who y'all got?
I got to know. You heard my phone drop. I'm serious. I got to know.
It's easy.
Who y'all got?
Soulja.
Big Soulja.
Soulja. Hands down.
Why you say that?
Hit after hit. I mean, honestly, what has Bow Wow produced besides a couple of mainstream things and Little Bow Wow? You just don't know. Where you was Harlem shaking in your room at like 6 years old, and you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, Soulja Boy has been an innovator. He has pretty much started the social media shit. Like, if you pause,
Cam, I see him.
Yeah.
I see him. Leave that in, keep it rolling. Leave that in, keep it rolling.
Soulja Boy has been an innovator for a lot of what we see today. Honestly, I don't think he's got enough credit for the shit that he has started. He has started a lot of the wave
he started clickbait
today.
He started clickbait.
The trolling, even using the internet with MySpace and uploading his music and becoming popular with SoundCloud. I mean, where do you think the idea of SoundCloud came from? Like, Soulja Boy, Soulja Boy innovated a lot of it. And when he said that he didn't get his flowers,
Hold on, Bree. I don't mean to cut you off. This is what we're gonna do. Right now, we're gonna have a post show because we're at 1:35.
Yeah, fuck it. Run it into the post. Yeah,
we will. So this is what's gonna happen, right? Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow versus. We're gonna do a post show after this. This is the main show. You want to go ahead and check that out? It's gonna be a whole completely different video. I'm gonna do celebrity 20 questions, and I'm gonna try and get through it real quick.
Hold on.
Matter of fact, no, fuck that. During the post show, we're gonna do the celebrity 20 questions, and we're gonna do the Bow Wow versus Soulja Boy versus.
Oh God, I can rock with that. I gotta rock it. I gotta hear the answer
right here.
I gotta hear your answer right now. Your answer. No, nigga. What's your answer? Soulja Beef.
I'll pick Soulja, and we'll discuss it in the post video. We'll
okay, and I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep it true to what
I'm hanging up.
Look, listen. Me and Brian had a discussion about this already behind the scenes, and I'm gonna stick to my first answer, which I did say Bow Wow. I did say Bow Wow. I did. Listen, I did at first, but y'all gonna have to tap in because
it's gonna be on the same channel. It's still gonna be on our Harley Sober YouTube. It's still gonna be on our Harley Sober YouTube channel. You want to tune in? You want to watch the post show? We're gonna discuss Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow battle. We're gonna do the celebrity 20 questions this week on the post show. Every other week it's gonna be on the main episode. I apologize, but however, we're running out of time. We got shit to do. Bree's a mom. Lance works too fucking hard, and I want to play my damn game. So tune into the post show right after this. It's gonna be on the same YouTube channel. Bree, you got anything to plug?
Nope, not this week. Just keep showing us love. We love you guys, and thank you guys for all the support thus far.
Lance Lane.
I ain't plugging nothing but Harley Sober. Keep showing love, supporting us, man. Look, we get into it, man. We busy too, nigga. We know. We know. Shit. Y'all got jobs. Damn.
Not me, though. Not me.
Well, not Bree, but I mean, she got a job, but shit, don't worry about all that. Shit. Tune in, nigga.
So you can follow me on Bryant with 2 T's backwards on Instagram, or you can follow me at watch_banks. This is my gaming channel. I stream every Saturday, 11 to 2 Central Time. I don't know exactly what Central Time it is because there's 3 different ones, but it's Central Time. And I will say that's it for today. But that has been another episode of the Harley Sober Podcast. You've been joined by us, Brianna Washington, Lance Lane. Gabrielle's not here today, but she will be back next week. Sorry again.
Miss you, Gabby.
So it's not coming out these last couple weeks. But we're busy too. Like Lance said, we're busy too. And good night.